runs a salon called Main Melody with the help of two ponies, Rocky and Jazz. The gimmick is they do makeovers and music, but there's something weird going on with their cutie marks. It's time to bring good old-fashioned cutie mark analysis into the new generation. Let's start with Pip. Her cutie mark is easy enough. She's a pop star princess. The music notes and crown combine to form the best of both worlds. But there's nothing salon-related here, so main styling must be a side thing for her, just part of being a fashionable trendsetter. Now Jazz's cutie mark on the other hoof, the horseshoe and the hoof polish brush make it clear that her calling is to make your hoofs shine. But there's nothing music related here, so singing must be a side thing for her. She does have a musical name, but that's funny. At the salon and music place, we have one pony with a just music cutie mark and another with a just salon cutie mark. Only one pony has both represented. Let's take a look at Rocky's cutie mark. Here we have a music note, but the flags coming out of the right side are also the teeth of a comb. It's a really clever double meaning. His calling is both main styling and music. The guy is literally destined to work at a place like Main Melody. How perfect is that? Makes me wonder if Rocky was the original founder of Main Melody. Maybe he used to run a Main Melody back in Zephyr Heights. Then after the crystals were reunited, he moved to Maritime Bay to help Pip with a new startup location. He might be the true brains behind the operation, while Pip is the face of it, managing public relations and using her image to help with promotion. If I'm right, something tells me that this is a source of conflict. That while it is a successful business model, Rocky doesn't like how Pip gets all the credit. Just look at this scene.
What's wrong, Zip? Not a fan of Main Melody?
No, it's awesome. Pip has done a great job here.
You really think so?
When Zip credits Pip but not him, his confidence immediately fades and his smile looks forced. He walks away without even responding, and is it me or did he just roll his eyes? If I'm right, this resentment is bound to bubble up later. Maybe it'll lead to a lesson where Pip learns to deflect praise where it's due and not always be the focus of attention. If I'm wrong and Rocky doesn't play as big a part in Main Melody, I feel like he'll at least inherit the reins whenever Pip moves on to her next big thing. With a cutie mark like his, it's obvious. I mean, imagine if any pony besides the Sofa and Quills guy ran the Sofa and Quills store. It's just too perfect. All of this is really fun to speculate, but I noticed something odd with Rocky's cutie mark. If you can read music, you're probably getting red flags too. 8 of them to be specific. Viewer be warned, I'm about to, actually, the heck out of this cutie mark. But hey, I have a music note cutie mark too. Talking about this is my destiny. So basically, in Western music notation, we use different symbols to represent different amounts of time in relation to each other. We start with the whole note, which lasts a whole measure. Nice how that works, isn't it? Add a stem and you get the half note, which lasts half as long, making it twice as fast. Fill in the circle and you have a quarter note, half as long as a half note, making it 4 times faster than the whole note. Add a flag to the stem and you get the 8th note. From here, you keep adding flags to the stem, each one having the amount of time it takes to play, doubling the speed. So what does this mean for Rocky? Well, his cutie mark has a grand total of 8 flags. 8 halvings after a quarter note. Let's keep counting through the negative powers of 2, shall we? There's the 8th note, the 16th note, 32nd note, 64th, 128th, 256th, 512th, and finally, 1024th. Rocky's cutie mark is a 1024th note. Or if you're British, a semi-hemi-demi-semi-hemi-demi-semi-quaver. Yeah, the British system is something else. Lyrics coming at you at supersonic speed. Semi-hemi-demi-semi-hemi-demi-semi-quiver, semi-hemi-demi-semi-hemi-demi-semi-quiver, semi-hemi-demi-semi-hemi. And those syllables are just 30-second notes. The 1024th note is a 32nd of a 30-second note. You would need 1024 of these notes to fill a single measure of 4/4, 256 to fill a single beat. Even in the slowest tempos we're capable of feeling, that's still around 140 of these notes fit into a single second. For more common tempos like what Rocky performs, you're looking at closer to 500. If you don't realize how crazy that is, let me give you some context. Our brains can only perceive separate rhythmic pulses up to about 10 per second. Any faster than that, and we start to hear it as a blur of sound. Even crazier, at around 20 pulses per second, our brain starts interpreting that sound as pitch. The more pulses per second, aka hertz, the higher the pitch you hear. And remember, we were talking about at least 140, more likely around 500 hertz. This is octaves above the lowest audible notes and well within our low-mid range of hearing. So if you play enough 1024th notes in a row, you won't hear a rhythm. What you'll hear is a pitch. Check this out. Here I have a cluster of 1024th notes at a moderate 92 beats per minute. No matter which note on the keyboard they play, the same pitch comes out. A G4 at 392 hertz. So this is just a symbol of a specific pitch? Not even, because you need multiple in a row. Plus, it changes with the tempo. Pitch is much better signified by where on the staff the note is vertically placed. Now, you could argue that this symbol just means play a note very quickly once, but you're not even talking about rhythm at that point. Times that short are best described in terms of milliseconds, not extreme ratios of a broader measure that you can't even feel the relation between. Listen, I don't know how to say this delicately, and no offense to Rocky, but musically speaking, the note on his flank is useless. I mean, artists will make art out of useless things just to spite you, but we simply can't perceive rhythm at this scale. That is, unless you're playing at a likewise uselessly slow tempo. Whichever way you cut it, the 1024th note is a gimmick. Oh, so it turns out Rocky's cutie mark has a secret meaning. Despite how cool he looks, he's secretly pretty useless. Okay, I'm joking. I actually really like this guy, and his cutie mark design is super cute. Talk about a comb filter, am I right? But what if Rocky's beauty mark is actually part of his cutie mark? That would turn the symbol into a dotted 1024th note, making it 1.5 times longer. This means it'd be as fast as 3 2048th notes. Or if you're British, 3 demi-semi-hemi demi-semi-hemi demi-semi-quavers. What is the British system? I'm just having fun at this point, but what do you think? What's Rocky's relation to main melody? Did he just join, or had he founded it? What do you think about his or the others' cutie marks? Leave your thoughts in the comments. If you liked the video, like the video, and if you want to see more, subscribe and ring the bell. If you want to support this channel financially, check out my perks at patreon.com/sawtoothwaves. And thank you so much to everyone who already has, especially my Alicorn tier patrons. The name